Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
You in the mix, rockin' with Kenny. When it comes to news, man, he got plenty. You in the sports mix with Kenny, news and knowledge. A lot of dope techniques make kids become scholars. You need to tune in. A lot of hot topics. When it comes to sports, Kenny sound like a prophet. You in the mix, man. You in the mix. Plus he keep you up on all the hottest trends. Plus you never know who he has as a guest. So grab a cold one, man, and just tune in. You in the mix, man. You in the mix. You in the mix. Sports mix. You in the mix. Rockin' with Kenny. When it comes to news, man, he got plenty. You in the mix, man. You in the mix. You in the mix. Sports mix. You in the mix. You rockin' with Kenny. When it comes to news, man, he got plenty.
In the mix, fellas, what's good?
What's up? What's up?
What's good?
Let's get it.
What's up, man?
I'm all good, man. This a Tuesday edition.
Yeah.
Back, man. The tournament then started. Had a hell of a weekend of college basketball. Some great games, some upsets. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna chop that up a little bit. Definitely want to throw around a couple other topics right quick before we jump into that. The NCAA tournament. So right now, the big thing was over the weekend, and I know Rob, you did a podcast on it. Was it yesterday?
About
the transgender.
Okay,
transgender, swimmer.
Yeah.
Oh, you did do that?
Yeah, I put it up. It's on
I ain't even see it.
yeah, it's on Spotify and iHeart. Do you have an echo on your thing, Ken?
That's me. I'm trying to,
Oh, okay.
I said how y'all use it on the phone so y'all can see the comments. I'm trying to figure it out.
Just cut the
So I don't
volume
have to
down.
do. Okay.
Yeah,
All right, we should be good now. We good.
Volume down, you be good. But yeah, the transgender swimmer kind of made some news over the weekend. John Griffin, what's up? What's good on, boy?
Cynthia Mingo. What's up, my sister?
All kinds of opinions floating around on that. Just wanted to toss that around right quick. And Cheese too, give them your the info so they can check your podcast out too.
Oh, it's the Peaceful Disturbance on iHeart and Spotify, and you can go in there and you can follow or subscribe, and it's all free. But so yeah, I did put you're gonna talk about it, but yeah, I did put up a little 7-minute podcast about Lia Thomas. So yeah.
Yeah, just wanted to promote your page a little bit. Let the folks know what you're doing. Cha in the building. TS. So yeah, so so this dude. So all right, let me be politically correct. So is it Lia?
Yeah, Lia Thomas.
Lia Thomas.
Yeah.
Is a transgender from male to female swimmer. Just competed in. So what was that? The Nationals? Was that the United States Nationals this past week?
NCAA,
okay. And came in first place. So I guess that's like the national championship.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
So it's collegiate. So he's like a national champion.
Yeah, she went to University of Pennsylvania. She was in the Ivy League.
All right. All right. So Leah at one time competed as a male, if I'm not mistaken, and was ranked like 400 and something, 400 and
460 something.
460 something ranked male swimmer.
Mhm.
And then I don't know the time difference in between, when she competed as a male and then, as a transgender. But, she competing against females and now is the national champion, ranked number 1 in, the United States. I got an issue with it. I got an issue with that. I just think it's I'm all for fairness and for everybody. I'm all for equal opportunities and all this. But that's not equal. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't put a transgender female to male on a football team. Or would you? Maybe I'm wrong about that. Like maybe I don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't think that's fair to women. You know what I'm saying? This is a 6'4". 6 what?
No, he's only about 5'7", 5'8".
So I got some bad information.
Yeah.
My bad. Now, this shit is sticky. I don't want to say the wrong thing, because I'm thinking some shit.
I mean, it's your show though.
But I want to be cautious of what I say out of respect. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not well versed in transgender lifestyle.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure I'm saying this the right way.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm spitting out what I want to say with all due respect. I just personally don't agree with it, and it's the same thing with like because there was some issues with some male to female transgender with track and field, correct?
Yeah.
Were they male to female? They were actually born female, weren't they?
Nah, it was some issues maybe a year or so ago with a male that transgender from male to female competing against women in track and field, naturally born women in track and field.
Yeah, but there was also an issue with a woman too, I believe, that were actually born. I believe the term is hermaphrodites, but
that's different. I think that's
they were not allowed to compete because of their testosterone levels.
Yeah, but again, and so that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? You deny one,
right?
But then you say this is okay.
Mm-hmm.
And more times than not, all that stuff it go down. It's political somewhere.
Right.
I don't think they really care. Or I had a conversation with Harry earlier. We were talking. We was texting back and forth, and it just came down to, people disagree to be disagreeable now. Without really standing on anything factual. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, what is the time frame in the change?
See here, what I help you out with it, Kenny, is going back to like a 34-month process in which Lia Thomas started the process of her transgender transformation. Mm-hmm. Now, the thing that people had to realize is not against the rules. She's going by the rules, but the rules need to change because, as I stated on my episode, is that you have these young ladies who say if they're in the top 1% of their sport, All of a sudden they get to 18, 19, 20 years old. They get to college. Now they may go up against a transgender athlete where the body has changed. These guys have already reached puberty. They're past it. And they're coming into their physical peak. They haven't even reached it yet. They're on the incline to where they're reaching their political peak. Therein lies the problem. Because now you're dealing with the whole thing of the physiological aspect of the body and how it's totally different between man and woman. I don't know why people don't understand this part.
Exactly.
And that's the main issue and Martina Navratilova said it best. If you want to do this kind of stuff, then you have certain, whether it's an asterisk or have a special field or events for transgender athletes. But to take, a gold, a silver, bronze, or even a 5th place prize from a young lady who's worked her whole life is totally unfair. Because now, even though they transgendered to a woman, their body is still physically a man.
Exactly. As somebody posted, like, just because you take estrogen, it doesn't. Your muscles are already still there. Your bone density, your muscle mass is still there. That doesn't, negate all of that.
Right.
Especially somebody that's already been an athlete.
Right.
I can see if you just, you change it and then you're just going to try to become an athlete.
Yeah.
That may not be as obvious of a difference.
Yeah.
But you talking about somebody that was already an athlete. That may not have been elite level for a male, but you're an athlete. So you're working out, you're training. And again, with men, when you become with basketball, I say it all the time with kids. When you coach kids that's 10, 11, they're not developed. And then you get them same kids at 12, 13, 14, you see the body start to change. And with working out, it naturally adds more. So I'm assuming this Miss Thomas, Lia Thomas, has been a swimmer for quite a long time, and may have played other sports as well. You know what I mean? So, so you say it's been like 36 months.
Well, the process is like 34 months. It just doesn't happen overnight.
But all right, but what I'm saying is, I don't know when the process started. So if it's a 34-month process, I don't know where this person is in the process.
Right, but that's just the process of the transformation from male to female. Like Kenny said, if you've been an athlete all your life and you plan to continue, you're still in the process of training, your conditioning. All of that is still going on. And that's where the scale tips in his favor, her favor.
Sure it does.
Heavily.
Yeah. And the fact of the matter is, the muscle mass which allows them to compete for acceleration, for things like that, for speed. I mean, they've already got that.
Exactly.
For example, you take some of the fastest ladies in the world on the track, they're running 10.6, 10.7, 10.8. Flojo runs world record 10.4 something, but you have these great sprinters in the male division. They're running 10 flat, 9.9, now 9.8. That's 10 to 15% faster. So for shits and giggles, if Usain Bolt was in his prime, he decides, I'm going to go through a transformation. He's still going to run a 9.9.
Right.
So basically, we got a real life Joanna man. Fuck it. We got a real live. All right, let's move on. Because I'm ready to go to a whole nother place with this. Let's move on.
But let me say this. Like I mentioned, man, if that's the case, you might as well just make sports co-ed. The only issue, even with that, though, is then you have, I don't know, because it's a situation with like individual sports, you still would have men competing against women and the unfair advantage. I don't understand how you could even work that situation out. Like
it is a reason that sports are divided. You know, males and females. It's a reason for that. There are exceptions to every rule.
Exceptions to every rule, exactly. There's some females that probably could compete.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? In you know, basketball, even football now, you see a lot. You're starting to see more females play. I don't follow that part of it. Most time you see them like they may be kickers or like you don't see them. I haven't seen one where you got a female that's playing the middle linebacker or a running back.
There was a quarterback though. There was a quarterback that high school. I remember she was I can't remember what college she got a scholarship to though. It definitely was.
Yeah, I mean but like it's an exception to every rule. It's not like you're gonna see a floodgate of women starting to play, you know, NFL, college, major Division I college football and basketball. I don't see that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just I don't see. It's just the difference. You know what I mean? It's just the difference in the body. Like we talk about the development.
Right.
And there's some great female athletes. Great high level female athletes. But like you just said, Rob, you know, just in a 100 meter, you know, we talking a whole second difference. You know what I'm saying? In the times, you know, you're talking 9 point something, and the fastest female was what 10.4.
Yeah.
I mean, we talking almost a whole second.
Yeah.
So, but that's interesting topic for sure. You know, it's going to get a lot of traction because Lia Thomas won the national championship. So you're going to hear a lot more about it. I just wanted to touch base on it tonight briefly.
Got a few people popping in you might want to say hello to, man.
Dana Clay, what's good?
It's crazy because what's the governor of Florida? Is that DeSantis?
Oh, yeah.
Bro, he said as long as he's governing his states, men will play men's sports and women will play women's sports. That's the only statement that guy has ever made that I agree with.
I was about to say it, Neil. You know, I look up, and when the electricity goes off and the clock stops, it's still going to be right once a day.
Right.
And this is his moment to shine.
That was his moment to shine, bro. First and last probably thing that he ever got right.
I have gotten carpal tunnel on my middle finger, flipping him off so many times. I swear, I can't stand that dude, but he's right about that. Yeah.
And again, you know, this is me and Harry. Shout out to Harry Respect. We were texting earlier, and you know, we talking about. He was just telling me he had gotten into a discussion about the swimmer with some people, and they were calling them out. You know, calling them transphobic and all this other stuff.
Really?
Whatever. I mean, and like and me and him both said, you know, it's more times than not, people that take those type of stances have never been athletic in nothing.
Transphobic.
These are the everybody deserve a trophy. They parents now.
Yeah.
You know, everybody should get an award. You know, those people are parents now.
Yeah.
And you know, they're raising a bunch of entitled, think they supposed to get a trophy for every fucking thing type kid. Excuse my language. Because you know, we don't go out to earn. The worst trophies I ever got was that second place trophy.
Right.
I mean, that's almost like a slap in the face.
That's the one you don't even want.
Nah.
I cringe thinking about them shit.
Yeah.
I mean, the object is to win. You know what I'm saying? You get acknowledged for participating because you had the jersey on. Take a picture.
Speaking of that, Kenny Rice, if you're listening, you got 2 of our Summer League trophies. I at least like to hold it one time. He had it for 25 years now.
Hey, Charles, hey, Coach C, you got one of mine too, brother. Can I get that up off you?
Yeah. OG Kenny Rice, man. Let me just, you know how the Stanley Cup, right? The Stanley Cup, they let you hold it for a day or something so you can drink Gatorade or whatever you want out of it. But yeah.
Yep, Gina, we talked about that the swimmer was ranked 400th as a male, and now the number one female in America. How about that? How about that? Hey, let's move on, because I'm about to go in comic view mode. I'm about to be here telling jokes and shit, practicing my stand-up routine. Let me move on. Move on from that. So I know, Cheese, you had mentioned you wanted to speak about Deshaun Watson. I did a little 5-minute piece. It's on the YouTube page. I didn't posted it everywhere. And but my all right, what's up? I was just talking about you, brother. My main point in Deshaun Watson getting paid was it's a good look for Lamar Jackson. You know, Deshaun getting the deal that he got, a 5-year, fully guaranteed at that. Fully guaranteed 230, 230. You know what I'm saying? He got a $45 million signing bonus. All that shit guaranteed. And he didn't play at all last year.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He didn't take a snap last year. And he got a 5-year fully guaranteed contract. And my thing was, all these people, man, talk about Lamar's not worth this, Lamar's not worth that. First off, and nobody worth that kind of money playing the game. Let me just say that. But that is what the job pays. That is what the job pays. And you got billionaire owners willing to pay that kind of money for a starting quarterback. The starting rate, they start in 30s, 40s, and upwards of $50 million a year. Who's going to turn that kind of money away?
Right.
Who's going to say, nah, I ain't really play that well last year. So man, please. If the Baltimore Ravens, and I said this in my piece, if the Baltimore Ravens are not willing to pay that money, somebody will pay it, and Lamar will go. As simple as that. Now they got a little control over him. He in his last year of his deal coming up, and then they can play the little franchise tag. But if you franchise him, you're gonna have to pay him the average of the top salaries any fucking, because you're gonna pay him $40 million anyway. So it's smart to do a deal that way you can structure it so where it's not killing you in the cap every year.
Right.
It's smart to do it now because, in the words of Fat Joe, the price is going up steadily. Yesterday's price is not today's price. But that was my little piece on Lamar. So I know, Cheese, you wanted to talk about Deshaun Watson a little bit.
Yeah, this is a really interesting situation with Deshaun Watson. First of all, how they structured the contract where he's getting $1 million this coming year. Obviously, that may be because he may miss games. To what extent, we don't know. Then after that, the next 4 years are $45 million each year. This is a case this is one of them cases, how we try to figure out stuff in sports? To this day, and it's been over a year and a half now, I have no clue what's really going with this situation.
Right.
Everything is so in the dark about these 22 plus allegations and how, okay, did they just disappear? Did they not have sufficient evidence? Was he not guilty? Or, I don't know. But I find it strange that a team like Cleveland just, gives him that kind of money off the gate. Now, I'll tell you this, people don't remember. A couple games when the Ravens played Deshaun Watson, they almost made him look like a high school quarterback. He looked horrible. Mm-hmm. And then the playoffs, he looked horrible just before, he didn't play last year. So if we're going by that time frame, over the last 3 years, Lamar Jackson has won MVP. His stats have been fantastic. I think his quarterback rating, completion percentage, both together is just as good as anybody for the first 4 years ever. but people get lost in, if he tries to do too much and do this and do it. Well, come on. I mean, what else is he going to do? He started the season with a whole bunch of injuries. The kid, I told you before, I think he's one of the smartest quarterbacks in the league from what he has to deal with and the scheme he has to run. I think he's fantastic. The last 2 games he played, he did not look good because he was trying to do too much. Mm-hmm. Literally. And I mean, he tries to do a lot anyway, but in these 2 particular games, he made some uncharacteristic mistakes that he usually does not make. He usually doesn't throw the ball into coverage like that to get intercepted. So I'm thinking if Deshaun Watson gets that kind of money, it's going to be hard for the Ravens not to say, look, we got to give him this. We got to. I don't want to franchise him because, number one, he's Lamar. And this is another thing people don't realize. Lamar Jackson is operating on good faith with the Ravens. He has no agent. It's him and his mom working these deals.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So for this kid and his mom to get to a point right now the way he is amazing. Yeah. It's amazing. It shows the savvy of his mother, and it shows he's smarter than what people think. I don't know, because they think he's a young black kid that, okay, he can't operate on the business room, but he's saying, look, he wasn't pressuring the Ravens to give him a contract. All along, he said, we're going to work it out. He doesn't wear that Ravens chain for nothing. Mm-mm. He is down for the Ravens. Mm-hmm. It's all a matter of time and what they do and how they handle the contract. But I fully believe that the Ravens will give that young man whatever he wants. Yeah, I really do.
It's Kim, what's going on? So my thing with Lamar, you made some good points, man, with the, him and his mom kind of working behind the scenes, working without an agent.
Yeah.
Now I have heard, which is smart, they have a lawyer helping them.
Yeah, they have advisors.
They got advisors helping them. With the contract language and all that. But one of the things that I started to do is I temper, with stuff that I read. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And it doesn't matter who it's coming from, whether it's a journalist or just a Joe fan, that's commenting on a blog on a message board or something.
Right.
Everybody got an opinion. Everybody has an opinion, and they're entitled to it. And for the last 4 years, man, I heard a lot of negativity because Lamar plays the role. He got that all shucks about him that, he kind of he strike me as the kind of guy that if you think he's stupid, he gonna act like that, just for your benefit. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think so, Kenny.
No, I think he play along. I don't think he's not gonna go out his way to prove to somebody that he's smart. He's smarter than what you think. He just gonna play along. He playing his game. He playing his game, and he gonna get what he wants.
I don't think he plays dumb. I'm not
saying he playing dumb. I'm just saying he go along. If that's what you think, we all do it. I've sat in rooms with people that thought. Not that I heard him say it, but how people, they think, man, he don't know what he's talking about. He don't know what's going on. I play right along until it's time for me to step up and show him. Bam, all right, I know a little something. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to be the loudest one in the room all the time. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to be the one beating my chest. Baker Mayfield. You know what I'm saying? Baker Mayfield. They came out the same year. Baker Mayfield got all the endorsements early. Now he out of a job. This guy's out of a job, but he was the people's choice. You know what I'm saying? Everybody loved him. He got the right attitude, and he's a fighter, and he's this, and all the adjectives they put behind his ass. He out of a job. And I don't think nobody really want him. Somebody gonna settle for him. It's a team that's gonna just settle to take him. But right now, I don't think nobody trying to really give up a lot to get him, because they know what he is. You know what I'm saying? But Lamar, on the other hand, Lamar plays as, he just kind of sit back. He do what he do. People still talking about, if you listen to what people say about Lamar, they talk about the same stuff. he can't read coverage. But yeah, his
which is a total lie.
Right, but his passing numbers say something different. He's a run first quarterback. Not altogether true. You know what I'm saying? But Lamar is the guy because the expectations were so low of him, right? People expectations were low of him. They didn't expect for him to be nothing close to what he became, especially not an MVP of the league. The expectation was so low. So with him, it's almost like when he playing bad, it's like people like, I told you. It's like they waiting for him to do something bad, to throw an interception in the coverage. Like Tom Brady don't throw in the coverage and get picked off. Like Peyton Manning never threw in the coverage and got picked off. It's football. It happens. The other side is trying to play too. They trying to win too. You know what I'm saying? But his mistakes become so highlighted, and people point the mistakes out. You almost forget all the good shit that he did. Like this dude, in games that he start, and I don't have the numbers in front of me, he way above 500 as a starter. So come on, man. I mean, what are we really talking about with him? You know what I'm saying? And we can go through the whole black quarterback shit. I just think, man, the expectations were set so low by so many people that when he exceeded them, and the people still say, but they're gonna figure him out. The league is figuring him out. You hear all of this nonsense, and yet he still go out and get it done. So, like you said, he started the year last season with all the injuries, and they went out. And when he got hurt, they was the number one at a week before he got hurt. They was the number one seed in the AFC. They lost. He got hurt, and then they lost every game after that. Maybe they won one, the Chicago game, but they lost 6. They went 1-6 to end the year. So, with this guy, people the expectation, I think, is just so low from outsiders. Well, people that just didn't really like him to begin with.
But you got like
the whole they did Joe Flacco wrong. Joe Flacco was here 3 years too long, in my opinion. He stunk the gym up his last 3 years with the Ravens. He got paid in 14. I think 14 was he got paid after the Super Bowl. 14 was his best year. And he stunk it up after that every year. So he should have got treated better. He won us a Super Bowl 6 years before. We still laying our head on that shit. Yeah, we missing the playoffs every year, but we treated Joe bad. Like, I don't get it. So, I'll be ranting about this guy because I'm a Lamar guy, and he gonna get paid, and more than likely he gonna be in Baltimore for at least the next 5 to 6 years. What happens beyond that, we'll see. He gonna get the $240, $50 million a year, and people be bitching and complaining about that every time they lose. When they win, you'll hear some hips and hops, but more than likely they'll wait till they lose or something bad happens, or he's a running quarterback, he's gonna get hurt. It's fucking football, man. You can get hurt in practice. You know what I'm saying? You get hurt in practice.
Right.
People pull muscles running fucking routes without any contact. Shit happens. It's a contact sport. Injuries happen. So you worried about giving somebody money based on the fact that they might get hurt? Fuck out of here.
I appreciate Kim making some great comments, and I hear what you're saying, Kim. I'm looking at all your comments. You make great points, but I will go back, and you were talking about the worth of people in the NFL. Mm-hmm. Like, for example, if they're getting $40 million a year, in my opinion, they're totally worth it. Especially, and a lot of people say, oh man, none of them deserve that kind of money. Yes, they do. They deserve every penny, because there's a chance that their lives can either be taken or be changed forever on one play. Not only that, the money that they generate from the NFL far exceeds what they make. So in my opinion, they deserve every single penny. Them young brothers that go out there and put their bodies on the line, and when they're 35 and 40 years old, can't get up hardly. I've seen Jerome Bettis take some 20 minutes to get out of bed.
Mm-hmm.
And he's our age now. Nah, they deserve every penny. As for Lamar, you know what Lamar's doing now? Now, I follow him a lot. Lamar practicing every day.
Yeah.
Because he's saying it's going to be all right. But he's out there grinding while all them other kids or whoever else might be turning up in the club or whatever. That dude is on the football field every single day. And you got to respect his work ethic for that.
But this is what he always been doing.
Absolutely.
You know, when people just say he like to he just like to take the ball and run.
Yeah.
This man been working. This man been
he
working
works
since
every single day.
He been working
every day. Yeah.
He been working.
Every single day.
Kelly always showing some love. What's up, Kelly?
Yeah.
So let me just say this, because you was talking about Kim Wander and her comment. So Kim,
yeah.
When I first met Kim at we worked together for a time, and she reminded me of this last week. She always keep it 100. Always. So when you read her comments, you know what I'm saying? This is who she is. She always keep it a buck. Always. And she kept it a buck with us as new employees. when most time with the new people, that's when you're getting all the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But she kept it 100 with us, and that's why I always respected her from day one. So with her comments and what she gonna always keep it 100. Always.
That's what's up. Respect. Yeah. Respect, Ken. No doubt.
Yeah, but as far as Deshaun Watson, yeah, I'm happy for him. You know what I'm saying? Because like I say, with what was, we really still don't know what's really going on.
Yeah. With
his case, the civil suits are still alive, so it just make you wonder: was it a money thing? Like, is it really about? What is it about? Like, is it some stressful, hurtful type stuff that went on that's going to linger with these women? Like, because I don't want to belittle it either. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't want to say that there was some bullshit and then they got some real trauma behind it. Whatever happened. Yeah. So, so the criminal stuff got thrown out. So he won't face no charges in any of the cases. But the civil stuff is still there.
Yeah. Great point. That's a key point right there. A lot of people don't realize that. That's a great point.
Yeah, the civil suits are still alive. Yeah. And now that he get this big money, they're gonna be looking to settle. Do
you think him and Robert Kraft are gonna get together and get a massage parlor? I just figure I'd throw that out there.
But how did he made out pretty good on his cases, didn't
he? Yes, he did. Come on, man.
He got a little bit more money.
Who, Kraft?
Kraft. His money a little longer than
Kraft ain't do nothing. I mean, come on, keep it real. All right, we're gonna be transparent before you go. What did Robert Kraft really do wrong that any old guy in their 70s and 80s wouldn't do? He's going to a massage parlor. He's a billionaire. He's single. All he wanted was a happy ending privately. What did he do wrong? What did he do wrong? Nothing.
I will not confirm.
What did he do wrong? Come on.
I won't confirm nor deny, the happy endings at a massage parlor. I won't. I'm gonna leave that alone. But
Kim said happy ending and beginning. We just have some fun. We just have some fun, y'all. That's all.
Yeah, but my thing is, man, like this whole, if the criminal cases are thrown out, like you shouldn't even still be able to, because when you say, is it about the money? That's what it seemed like it becomes. If the criminal has been thrown out, then the civil suit is just about money.
That's
compensation.
That's all it is. Yep.
O.J. Simpson.
Right.
There you go. Anybody. Yeah.
O.J. was found not guilty.
Mm-hmm. O.J. did it.
No, he didn't.
O.J. did it.
O.J. is innocent.
Gina said he can get 100 happy endings in his mansion.
O.J. said, I'm not black, I'm O.J. God damn.
So Cheese, I know you are a big Lakers fan. Are you watching the HBO series? Showtime. It's always is it Showtime? It's always Showtime.
Well, it's funny you say that because I'm gonna watch the second episode tonight.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I watched all 3 of them.
So don't tell me about them.
I'm not. I just wanted to see where you tuning in.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's pretty good so far. It's pretty good so far. I like, but they kind of putting a little funny spin on it, and then
really?
I make sure to read the, where they say some of the stuff is a little over dramatized.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, but.
I tell you, I wish I was Dr. Butt's friend though, man. Oh my God, he's a gangster, man.
He go hard. He go hard in the paint.
He hung out in the plate, yeah.
He go hard in the paint.
Gangster, man.
Jerry Buss.
But we all knew Jack Kent Cooke was a racist, though.
Right.
Oh yeah.
He was a racist.
Yeah. But but it shows you. It shows you how that. How that the good old boy worked.
Mm-hmm.
In the NFL, there's no minority owners. Excuse me. No minority owners, and you got to get voted in. If then they're gonna skim your finances with a fine-tooth comb.
Yeah.
And they'll find something. If they don't want you in there, they'll find something to ask you out. But that's a whole nother episode we could get. That's in line with that Rooney Rule shit.
All right.
Bunch of boo shit. Bunch of boo. What else was going on other than the NCAA before I jump into that? Any other hot topics popping off?
No, I'm just quite sure we can think of some, but I guess at the forefront is the March Madness.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have to do this too. Touch on it briefly. So with everybody's favorite basketball player now, LeBron James, he's starting to, he's breaking these records. He's getting closer to the number one scoring record. But I'm starting to see a lot of people, talk about he's padding stats. I got a hard time with that whole stat padding. And we're gonna have to do a segment on that at some point. Man, I'm stuttering and everything, but it's like because I look at, we come to a point now where not everybody, but you got just people can't enjoy the game no more. It's always a motive or a reason or an agenda. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't. I'm a leprechaun in this sense. I was a Michael Jordan fan, and I'm a LeBron James fan. But in every circle, I see it's like LeBron fans against Jordan fans. I don't get it. I like both of them, but also like Kevin Durant. You know what I'm saying? I don't put KD against LeBron. Like, I like great basketball players. So I'm just a leprechaun in that sense, like, you know what I'm saying? Where I don't get caught up in this is my guy and everybody else is this or that. Cause I think you miss out. And once again, I go with this Kobe Bryant shit. So I had to admit, during his run that he was a baller. I mean, cause my hatred for him was overshadowing my ability to watch and see the greatness.
I still don't know why you hate him. Why you hate him?
It was a Laker thing. Kobe just turned me off early. You know what I mean? With some of his, and I'm looking at it from mature eyes now. He was a fucking 17, 18-year-old kid. You know what I'm saying? With the world at his hand. So yeah, I mean, I probably was hating a little bit. You know,
a little.
Yeah, well, a whole lot.
Pretty much exactly like LeBron.
Yeah, but and I didn't like LeBron through the high school years because I kept saying, yo, he doing this shit against high school. What is he going to do when he get to the show?
Right.
And I watched him specifically to see, and he won me over early. Like, no, this dude the real deal. He different.
Yeah, and I agree. My thing with LeBron during high school, like, I didn't feel like he really played against any competition. Yeah, it just, I don't know.
Yeah, but I think that also goes to show how great he was.
Right.
He was just that much better than everybody.
Right. Like you say, he made me a believer earlier. I can't remember the game, but I remember it was like they was down like 18, yeah. And he got him to overtime and he got him to win. It was like one of the first 10 games of the season. I can't remember who they were playing, but that's when I was like, okay, like you say, real deal.
Yeah, and I mean, I'll be listening to people talk about Michael Jordan now, like he's playing against car salesmen.
Right, that's their whole excuse. Like, yo, the Lakers were old, Detroit was old, and yo, Mike and Isaiah like 2 years apart.
Yeah, like they all in the same age range.
Right.
What are y'all talking about? What are we really talking about?
Right.
You're not even intelligent enough to just do a little research to realize these guys is really close in age.
Why you think I got out of that basketball group?
Oh, you just got out?
No, I got out over a year ago.
Yeah. I ain't talking, but I mean, I'm just in general. The basketball group got a lot of that shit in it, but I'm talking about just people in general. You know what I'm saying? They just the logic. Michael Jordan couldn't beat nobody without Scottie Pippen. I mean, really? Is that what we do now? Like, Mike ain't win up until Scottie, but do y'all remember Scottie first couple years in the league? Like, wasn't like Scottie came and then they just started winning championships. Scottie was struggling like a motherfucker them first couple years. Remember the migraine shit against Detroit?
Mm-hmm.
Now, they talk about Mike couldn't beat. Mike gave everybody the business.
Right.
So it wasn't like they was in there just shutting him down and he couldn't beat him. Mike was fucking everybody up, but it was pretty much Mike and everybody else. So when Scottie got his shit together, it took him about 3 years, because he came in 87, 88. It took him about 2 or 3 years to really find his footing to become what he became. You know what I'm saying? And then Mike was so dominant, he had to trust these motherfuckers. Like, yo, listen, I can go get 40. I can get 40 in my sleep. You know what I'm saying? But in order for me to want to come down to 30, I'm gonna have to trust that you're gonna be able to pick your slack up, and you're gonna have to pick yours up. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, people, I don't know, man. I listen sometimes to people's logic, or because I don't want to make it about Michael Jordan, but I've heard people say Magic wasn't really this or that, and I'm like, man, this.
You hang around the wrong groups, man.
I don't hang around these people. Let's get that.
Oh my God.
Get that clear. This shit I hear in passing, because I definitely don't stay where I hear a lot of dumb shit, and that's right up at the top. Like certain people for me is just untouchable. Magic, Jordan,
Kobe,
Bird,
Kobe,
Bill Walton.
Kobe being my second tier. Bill Walton ain't in
yeah.
them. And see, it's crazy because I've seen some comments from some older cats after we had the debate.
Right.
You know that they like Bill Walton was that guy.
Bill Walton was never that guy.
But they was around to see it.
He was never that guy, bro.
I ain't gonna debate that.
I'm gonna debate it all day and twice on Sunday, yo. He was that guy for 1-2 years.
I'm gonna have to get some of them guys to come.
Yo, the last comment on the Bill Walton. Like even when we took when the 6th man of the year that he won with Boston, compare him as the 6th man of the year on Boston to Jamal Crawford, 6th man of the year on the Clippers. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man.
How many games Jamal Crawford won when they had 6th man of the year?
Say what?
How many games did they win on his team? They went
to the playoffs every year. 3 years with the Clippers.
What did the Celtics do?
That don't justify you making you one of the greatest 6 men of the year. Again, you keep putting other accolades on what the award is. Just like when you add his college resume to him being the 50 greatest player, bro.
Oh my God!
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If we talking individual stats for somebody as 6th man of the year, we can go down the line, man. Come on now.
Come on,
he ain't even one of the greatest 6 men of all time.
Oh my God, man! Kenny? Why are you gonna let him attack me on this show? And all I wanted was one answer.
I answered your question. They went to the playoffs.
I feel attacked.
They went to the playoffs. Did they win a championship? No, but they also didn't have Bird on the team. It wasn't Bill Walton that won that championship. It was Larry Legend.
Hey. Well, let's
be clear.
You can compare Larry Bird to what's his name?
Who
was on the bench for Brooklyn? Or what's his name? Didn't Jamal Crawford win 6th man with the Clippers? Or
he won with the Clippers, and I think he won with the Knicks.
Yeah.
But he's won it several times.
Well,
shout out to Jamal Crawford. He just retired too, officially.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah. You know what? He had a beautiful game, man.
Oh yeah,
Jamal Crawford.
I like his game.
He was awesome to watch, man.
What's the other Clipper dude that 6th man of the year too? He with the Hawks now. Or he's with the Hawks
Sweet
last year. Yeah, Lou
Williams.
Yeah.
Sweet Lou.
They did too. In my opinion, that's 6th man of the year, man. If you come on,
man.
Instant offense off the bench.
Come on, man. You just talking about offense, man. You talking about offense? It's 2 sides to the game,
bruh.
I'm just stating facts. Facts.
You keep saying there's 2 sides to the game.
It is. We don't play offense.
It really
all 48
is.
Minutes.
But then you debate that Dame should be a 50 greatest player. You contradict yourself, brother.
Dame Lillard should not be a 50 greatest player.
When we had that discussion, and
I
said he's not a defensive. Okay.
He's not 50 greatest player. He's a 75 greatest player.
He's not a 75 greatest player because he don't play defense. That's where the contradiction comes in. How can you justify him if you say it's not just about scoring?
Well, Bill Walton played D.
But we're not talking about how can you justify one and not the other, and you basing it on defense.
Dame Lillard's not a bad defender.
He's not an elite defender. He's not a stopper.
No, it's not many of them.
He's not a stopper.
It's not many of them in the NBA at all.
Right.
Actually, it's none.
So Bill Walton, who gets all his claim, wasn't a scorer. It's not many of them in the league either, huh?
I think Walton was we could debate him another time, but I know
Right. We could debate him another time.
Please. I like Bill Walton.
But I don't. He's trash.
That was my Bill Walton impersonation.
He's trash. All right, let's get to this brackets. I'm mad I didn't get to fill my bracket out. I was on the road. I forgot about it.
Yeah, well, it probably been busted up anyway.
I mean, well, I'm the people that I probably would have picked. Some of them, a lot of them are still in. I'll be doing pretty good.
Yeah,
but
my champ is still there. So. My champion is still in the running.
Who you got for all the guns?
Villanova.
Okay.
Villanova. But I got a sneaky feeling. Got a funny feeling. You know, Coach K gonna go out on top.
Come on, man, with that shit, man. Come on, man.
Yo, Michigan State had him, man. They just, I don't know what happened with that. Michigan State had him.
It's gonna be the Walt Disney ending, the afternoon, the after school special ending.
Come on, man.
You know, remember the after school special used to come on when we was kids.
Are you saying that Duke thing for ratings for your show?
Listen,
I'm just Kenny. Don't be like Neil. I'm just asking a question. Don't attack me.
Don't be like Neil, who's stating the facts. Research.
Nothing about Duke. And you know what? I got on goddamn Duke colors tonight and shit. Damn.
Yeah, you already knew this was gonna happen. You planned this.
That ain't on purpose. Believe that.
So why you didn't have on Michigan colors?
I don't think I got Michigan. I don't have a what's that color blue they wear? Maize.
Maize and blue.
Maize and gold. I don't have nothing maize and gold.
Well, it's the blue.
All right, so before we get into the 16, just the first two rounds, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday games, man. It was some great games.
It definitely was, man.
It was some great games on, man. I think the college game is overlooked a lot because most of the top players are one and done, or they're going, they're not even going to college. And it's kind of, got more people, especially the younger people. I don't hear a lot of younger kids talking about college basketball like you did at one time. They focus more on the NBA game and, the professional players. But the college, college for us, I know I speak for y'all, man. College was the shit when we was coming through.
Right.
We was growing up, man. I mean, the college game was just as big, if not bigger, than the NBA. You know what I'm saying? We knew the players. You knew all the players. You knew where they came from. You kind of followed them coming up through high school. You wanted to see if the guy that made the McDonald's All-American was everything that they say he was when they get to, whatever university. And then you watch them guys play for most times 3 years.
At least
3. Back then they spent at least 3 years in college before they took that leap. So we got to really watch players grow up. We got to watch players grow up in our era. But I think the college game is still a good game, especially this time of year. I'm saying, especially this time of year, man. It's March. They gave it the right name. Whoever came up with that name, March Madness, came up with a great thing because, you can't really predict, especially in the last few. Remember, years ago, you can say, well, it's either going to be this team or that team to win it. Really like 4 or 5 teams every year. It was going to be right there at the end.
Yeah, from certain conferences as well.
Yeah. So now,
like last year, Baylor, man,
and they was rolling.
Right.
They got bumped off. They got bumped off in the second round. But I mean, look at this. Look who's left.
Do you have a full bracket? You got a full bracket?
I'm not sure I can find one.
Because
look who's left. Look who's left there. You got a 15 seed. You got 2 11s, a 10, a 8. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's good stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's good. In my opinion, it's good stuff. Just to see those lower seeds that don't usually get the, they don't even get an opportunity. Usually they be gone the first day. A lot of them lower seeds.
It's a lot of people hating on that number 11 in Michigan, bro. A lot of people.
And ain't it funny how Wisconsin got bumped off.
Right.
So sad for those kids. I think there's a little karma involved in that.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, that's just me. That's just me and my what you call it?
Is that was the Fulbright? Oh.
I'm trying to get it now.
Man, the only thing with this March Madness, man, like I say, especially now where it's these apps, man, I couldn't flick back from channel to channel as fast as I wanted to, man. The load times on these apps was killing me.
I don't know how I can zoom it in. Y'all see that?
Hit the F11 to see if it'll go to full screen.
Nope. There's something else. Oh wow.
Okay, yeah, don't worry about it.
I don't want to jack it up too bad. Okay, I mean, can you see it at all?
Yeah, I can see. I just some of them. I was just trying to think. Man, there was a couple of games. I can't think of what game I was watching, but man, that the boy Wong. Okay, there you go. That boy Wong, that game I was watching, I can't think of who it was, man, but he hit the first 13 points of their joint. They ended up losing though.
Yeah, so the West bracket, and this only had the 16.
Mm-hmm.
But the West bracket is the only one with the top four left.
Right.
West is the only one with the top four left. You know, Baylor got bumped by North Carolina. And North Carolina is playing way better than expected. Way better than expected.
Mm-hmm.
St. Peter's, you know, a 15.
They killing. What's the boy with them? Mufon? Something. I don't want to mess his name up. But he was killing too against Murray State.
Auburn let me down. I had Auburn taking them. I think I had them in my 4. But Miami knocked them off Sunday. That was a good game too. The best game I saw was that Arizona TCU Sunday night. Did y'all see that?
I didn't see that one.
You saw that with Cheese?
Mm-hmm.
That was a great game.
I watched. What other game was on? So it was another game on Sunday on CBS. That's what I watched Sunday night.
Yeah, that Arizona TCU, man. I almost didn't want to see it end. I wanted to see it go another overtime.
Mm-hmm.
They was balling. They was balling, man. I mean, it was just one of them back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I think Arizona got away with the foul at the end.
Miss Kim Winder is on it. Nadelfo from St. Peter's. Yes. That's his name. Indelfo or Nidelfo. I got the pronunciation correct, but yeah.
Yeah, but
that's a case.
What'd you say, Cheese?
No, I'm going to say that's a case where a lot of these coaches, and I don't think they get enough credit. Obviously Shaheen Holloway, and I think I told you on your last show, Kenny, that you had to watch for Ed Cooley and Providence. I told you if they get to Kansas is going to have a problem with Providence because just like St. Peter's, they're tough and they're scrappy, they're athletic, they're not going to give up. And that's some of the qualities that they get from these coaches that a lot of people don't take into consideration. Like, for example, when Kentucky lost, Calipari, and I've never been a big Calipari fan, number one, because I think when things go his way, he's great. But he seems to make excuses if things don't go away. Now, after the game, he's talking about, well, we have a young team. All these teams are young. All these teams are young, but it wasn't young when you were winning with Anthony Davis and the rest of them as freshmen. Yeah. This is why I kind of wish, and I'm not into confrontation, but this is why I was so grateful when John Chaney lit into his ass 30 years ago. Because he's arrogant. He's always been arrogant. And I don't think these coaches, particularly who we're talking about, with Ed Cooley and Shaheen Holloway, and obviously we know about Mark Few now. He's been on, top upper echelon for the last 10 or 15 years. But them guys deserve a lot of credit for that, man. And I think Jay Wright, and I talked to Coach C about Jay Wright is one of the best X's and O's coaches in America.
Yep.
He continues to have his teams ready to go in the tournament.
Yep.
He makes adjustments. Yep. The only time they break down is if a lot of times they shoot the three a little bit too much for me. But when they're on that game, they switch on defense. They play hard defense. They play fundamentally sound basketball, and they pass the ball. Mm-hmm. They're going to be a problem for Michigan, even though I'm a Michigan guy. But this is where Juwan Howard, now see, he has the big equalizer in the middle, who I think he's one of the best big men in the country because the dude has multiple moves.
Yeah.
But only thing, and then you look into Carolina, they got stat of foul trouble because they only go 6 deep.
Right.
So at that point, if they can stay out of foul trouble, they may get tired because you got Johnny Juzang and I think Tiger, I forgot his last name, with the point guard. These guys are veterans now.
Yeah.
So they're going to be ready to roll with them. And I think Gonzaga is going to have a big hard time with Arkansas in their depth. So there's some great matchups in the Sweet 16, man. Now, and Purdue's going to have a problem with St. Peter's.
For sure.
No problem.
And that kid Timmy for Gonzaga.
Yeah.
Man, he just said, you know what? Get on my back.
Yeah.
We're not going home. We're not going home today. Get on my back. Because I think he scored 21 of his 25 in that second half. Was it Saturday or Sunday when they played?
Yeah. But another thing with Mark Few, he doesn't get enough credit for his recruiting because he recruits players, not a whole bunch of one and dones. I think Chet Holmgren might be a one and done, but he'll get guys to stick around 3 and 4 years to play.
Yeah.
But they gel so well together. They play, again, fundamentally, they pass the ball, they hit the open man, they cut, screen, do whatever. Pop out, hit the three, get it down to the low post. They switch on the low post. Chet Holmgren's a great passer at the center position. Yeah. So yeah, man, this will be a good game.
Yeah, I just think I don't look for a letdown this week. Last weekend's games was great. I think it's going to be some great games this weekend.
Yeah.
Like when I say I'm a Georgetown fan at heart, so it's kind of painful for me to be pulling for Villanova. But like you say, Jay Wright is kind of the guy right now, in my opinion, in college basketball, because his teams are always, don't matter how they start the season, don't matter how they start, but come this time of year, he gonna have them ready. He gonna have them ready to go. It's almost like when we talked about Izzo.
Yeah.
Tom Izzo, his teams are always, no matter what happens during the season, come March, they're always dangerous. They're always dangerous in March. So, I'm just looking for some good games this weekend.
Yeah, I can't wait till Thursday night. I can't
Arizona, Houston, Michigan, Villanova, Kansas, Providence, like you said, with Ed Cooley.
Mm-hmm.
And his teams are tough, tough. And they could possibly meet up with Providence in that Final Four.
Yeah.
To have, and I'm sure they've seen each other a couple times this year in conference. So they should be some should be some good games, man. So got Miami as well. You know, Miami had a good game Sunday.
That'll be a good game with Iowa State
over Auburn. Yep. Yeah. So on the other side, you know, Carolina, UCLA. I haven't seen UCLA yet.
They're pretty good.
They're pretty good. Yeah, I haven't seen UCLA. Purdue St. Peter's is going to be tough. It's going to be tough. Duke, Texas Tech. I mean, I'm expecting Duke to get that one.
That's another. That's too close to call for me, man. That's a tough game right there.
Yeah, I think Duke will get it.
See you later, Kim. Appreciate it, my friend.
All right, Miss Kim. Thanks for tuning in. Always keeping it 100.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Gonzaga, Duke should be a good game. So Sweet 16 this Thursday and Friday. And then we'll be down to the 8. And by next Sunday, we'll be down to the Final 4. And we'll probably come back next week at some point and talk about the Final 4.
Mm-hmm.
And anything that's relevant leading up to that. You know, it could be some more pressing news that happens in between now and then. So any parting words, my brother?
Nah, man, it's always a pleasure. You know, chiming in. Hopefully, like you said, come back early in the next week and talk about the final leading, you know, the Final 4. Because by next Sunday night, we'll know who's in. I mean, by this Sunday night, we'll know who's in the Final 4. So
yeah. So I'm expecting, like I said, another great weekend. College basketball. Just wanted to jump on, get a little preview of the full, kind of talk a little bit about last weekend's games, a couple other topics we touched on.
Mm-hmm.
Always a pleasure. My brother,
yes, sir.
Plug your podcast again, man, for the peoples.
I appreciate it, man. Peaceful Disturbance on Spotify and iHeartRadio. The Peaceful Disturbance. We're going to have something coming up where I talk about Ketanji Brown Jackson. And as she is trying to get her confirmation hearings over and done with, and how it's an interesting dynamic that we have a Black woman going for the highest judicial office in the land, and some of the weirdest shit that's taking place at these confirmation hearings. So I'll talk about that a little bit in my upcoming podcast. Yeah,
and I haven't had an opportunity to follow it too much, but I will take your lead in that. You know, so I know you'll keep us updated.
Yeah.
But as always, I appreciate you.
Yes, sir, man. No doubt.
Thanks for joining me. My man Neil, thanks for joining me. Thanks everybody for tuning in. And we are out. We will see y'all when we see y'all. Peace.
Peace.